2026 Small Backyard Ideas. Create instant privacy with lush plants, even in tiny spaces. Hello and welcome back to Dream Room, a space created for people just like you. If you love decorating, organizing, and reshaping small spaces at home, if you've ever stared at a tiny backyard, a narrow bedroom, a compact home office, or even a quiet bathroom corner and thought, there has to be a better way to use this, then you're exactly where you need to be. I'm speaking to the ones who don't have endless square meters, but still care deeply about atmosphere. The ones who live in apartments, townhouses, rental homes, or compact urban houses. The ones who enjoy working with natural materials, simple tools, and plants that are easy to find, easy to care for, and easy to move when life changes. Maybe you work from home and crave calm. Maybe your bedroom feels too exposed. Maybe your small garden feels watched instead of welcoming. Or maybe you just want your space to feel more yours. Over the years, I've learned something important. Creating comfort in small spaces isn't about copying luxury designs or buying more furniture. It's about understanding how space, light, texture, and greenery work together. It's about designing privacy without heaviness, beauty without clutter, and calm without complication. And once you understand that, even the smallest corner can begin to feel intentional, protected, and deeply personal. In this video, we're going to walk through practical, realistic ideas to turn small outdoor and indoor adjacent spaces into lush, private retreats, step by step, layer by layer, in a way that feels achievable, not overwhelming. If this kind of thoughtful, natural, small space transformation speaks to you, make sure you subscribe to Dream Room and stay with us. Now let's begin by rethinking what privacy really means in a small space. 1. Privacy is not about blocking. It's about feeling safe. When people talk about privacy, especially in small homes or compact backyards, the first instinct is usually to block everything out. Taller fences, solid walls, heavy screens. But if you're someone who lives in a small house, an apartment with a tiny yard, or a narrow urban space, you've probably felt how quickly that approach backfires. The space becomes darker, air stops flowing, and instead of feeling peaceful, it feels tight and closed. For people who care about decor, organization, and creating harmony, people like you, privacy is not about hiding from the world. It's about feeling safe enough to relax. It's about sitting in your backyard, bedroom, or home office without feeling watched. It's about letting your mind slow down because the space around you feels gentle, not defensive. This is where lush plants change the entire conversation. Plants create what I like to call soft privacy. They don't scream boundary. They suggest it. A tall plant at eye level filters views without cutting off light. A cluster of greenery absorbs sound instead of bouncing it back. Your eyes rest on leaves instead of walls, and your body responds by relaxing. That's not decoration. That's psychology. In small spaces, privacy works best when it's intentional and selective. You don't need to hide every inch. You only need to protect the places where you sit, work, rest, or think. A reading chair, a small patio table, a bedroom window. Once you understand that privacy is about how a space feels, not how closed it is, your design choices become smarter, lighter, and far more beautiful. This mindset is the foundation for everything we'll build next. And it starts by using vertical greenery to create privacy without stealing precious space. 2. Rethinking privacy. Why plants work better than solid barriers. Once you stop seeing privacy as something that must be hard and permanent, a new set of possibilities opens up. In small backyards, bedrooms with outdoor views, or compact home offices, solid barriers often do more harm than good. They block airflow, trap heat, and visually shrink the space. What looks secure on paper can feel heavy in real life. Plants behave differently. They create separation without isolation. Instead of cutting the space in half, they soften transitions. Light still moves through leaves. Air still circulates. And the boundary feels alive, not imposed. For anyone who enjoys decorating and rearranging small spaces, this flexibility matters more than you might think. Another reason plants work so well for privacy is psychological. A wall tells your brain to stop. A row of plants invites your eyes to wander. That gentle visual movement reduces tension, especially in spaces where you spend long hours working from home or trying to unwind at the end of the day. Even indoors, when a bedroom or bathroom window looks out onto greenery instead of a fence, the room instantly feels calmer and more intentional. In small space design, plants also give you control. You can build privacy gradually, adjust it seasonally, or move it entirely if your needs change. This is especially important for renters or anyone who doesn't want to commit to permanent construction. A plant can grow, be trimmed, or be relocated. A wall cannot. By choosing living elements instead of solid ones, you allow privacy to evolve with your lifestyle. And that's what makes plant-based design such a powerful foundation for small, thoughtful spaces. 3. Vertical greenery as the foundation for small spaces in small backyards and compact home layouts. Ground space is always limited. That's why vertical greenery becomes the smartest place to begin. Instead of competing for floor area, vertical planting uses walls, fences, and narrow boundaries that often sit unused. For anyone working with a tight outdoor space, this approach immediately changes what's possible. Vertical greenery is not just decorative. It acts as the first structural layer of privacy. A bare fence or wall does nothing to soften a view. But once plants begin to climb or cascade, that surface turns into a living screen. The eye focuses on texture and depth instead of what lies beyond. This is especially helpful if your backyard connects visually to neighbors, streets, or nearby buildings. For people who enjoy thoughtful decor and organized spaces, vertical planting also brings order. It creates a clear boundary without cluttering the ground. You can still place a chair, a small table, or a workstation below without feeling crowded. In narrow yards or side spaces, this vertical layer often becomes the difference between a space you avoid and a space you actually use. Another advantage is consistency. Vertical greenery stays in place year-round and forms a reliable backdrop. Even as seasons change, it continues to provide coverage and structure. That makes it ideal for people who want privacy without constantly rearranging their space. By starting with vertical greenery, you establish privacy at eye level while preserving openness below. It becomes the backbone of a small backyard design, one that supports everything added later, from layered planting to flexible container solutions. 4. Designing a vertical garden that actually feels private once vertical greenery becomes your foundation. The next step is making sure it truly functions as privacy, not just decoration. In small spaces, a vertical garden only works when it's designed with intention. Sparse vines or scattered planters may look nice, but they won't change how exposed the space feels. Privacy comes from density, layering, and placement, not from quantity alone. The most effective vertical gardens focus on coverage at eye level. This is where sightlines matter most, especially when you're sitting, working, or relaxing. Leaves should overlap slightly, creating a visual filter rather than a straight line of sight. This doesn't mean blocking light completely. It means letting light pass through foliage while softening what's behind it. For people with busy lives, low-maintenance choices are key. A vertical system should support plants that grow steadily without constant care. Consistency is more important than variety. When plants grow at similar speeds and densities, the wall feels calm and cohesive instead of chaotic. Structure also matters. Pocket planters, trellis panels, or modular vertical systems help keep growth organized. This is especially important for viewers who enjoy tidy spaces and intentional decor. A well-designed vertical garden should feel like part of the architecture, not an afterthought attached to it. When done correctly, a vertical garden doesn't just look green. It changes how the space behaves. It absorbs sound, softens harsh edges, and creates a sense of enclosure without pressure. At this point, privacy stops feeling temporary and starts feeling built in, even in the smallest backyard. 5. Fast privacy for impatient gardeners, and that's okay. Not everyone wants to wait years for privacy to grow in, and in small backyards or compact home spaces, that impatience is completely understandable. When neighbors are close, windows face each other, or your outdoor area doubles as a work or relaxation zone, privacy feels urgent. This is where fast-growing plants play an important role. Fast privacy plants give immediate visual relief. They fill gaps quickly, soften harsh lines, and create coverage while longer-term elements mature. Instead of seeing them as shortcuts, it helps to view them as temporary structure, a way to stabilize the space early on. For people who enjoy organizing and improving their home step by step, this approach feels practical and reassuring. What matters most is choosing fast growers that remain manageable. In small spaces, control is essential. Plants that grow upright and dense without spreading aggressively are far easier to live with. They create vertical mass without demanding constant correction. This balance allows the space to feel lush without becoming overwhelming. Fast-growing plants also respond well to pruning, which gives you flexibility. You can shape them to protect specific views, a seating area, a bedroom window, or a home office corner, without enclosing the entire yard. This selective privacy aligns perfectly with small space design thinking. By using fast growers wisely, privacy arrives early and improves over time. The space feels protected sooner, while still leaving room for slower, more permanent layers to develop naturally. Layered planting. The secret that makes small yards feel bigger. Layered planting is one of the most effective techniques for creating privacy in a small backyard without making it feel closed. Instead of relying on a single row of plants, this method uses height variation to guide the eye and soften boundaries. For people who care about balance, texture, and visual flow, layered planting feels intuitive and natural. In a small space, layers work because they break up sightlines gradually. Taller plants form the background. Medium-height plants create the middle layer, and lower plants fill gaps near the ground. This progression adds depth, making the yard feel more expansive than it really is. The eye doesn't hit a hard stop, it moves through the greenery. This approach also creates flexibility. You don't need large trees to achieve privacy. Slim upright plants, shrubs, and ground-level fillers can work together effectively when placed with intention. For viewers working with limited square footage, this makes layered planting realistic and adaptable. Layered planting also improves comfort. Multiple plant heights help reduce noise, soften wind, and create a calmer environment. When combined with seating or work areas, the space feels sheltered without being boxed in. This is especially important for people who use their backyard as an extension of their living or working space. By using layers instead of walls, privacy becomes immersive rather than restrictive. It's a design strategy that adds richness and calm, two qualities every small space benefits from. 7. Using grasses for gentle, flexible privacy. Ornamental grasses offer a different kind of privacy, one that feels light, natural, and adaptable. In small backyards or compact outdoor adjacent spaces, grasses work especially well because they don't create visual weight. Instead of forming a hard barrier, they move with the air and soften the space around them. For people who care about decor and flow, this movement matters. Grasses introduce rhythm. When they sway, the space feels alive rather than static. This makes them ideal for areas where you want separation without stiffness, near a seating area, beside a home office window, or along the edge of a small patio. Another strength of grasses is flexibility. They can be planted directly in the ground or grown in large containers. This makes them suitable for renters, changing layouts, or anyone who enjoys rearranging their space over time. A row of grasses can act as a soft screen today and be repositioned tomorrow if your needs shift. Grasses also layer beautifully with other plants. Their vertical lines contrast well with broader leaves and dense shrubs, adding texture without clutter. In small yards, this contrast helps prevent the space from feeling visually heavy. Instead, the privacy feels breathable and intentional. Because grasses grow relatively quickly and require minimal upkeep, they suit busy lifestyles. They provide coverage, soften sound, and define boundaries, all while keeping the space open and calm. For small space design, this balance is hard to beat. 8. Container privacy for renters and rule breakers. Not everyone has the freedom to dig, build, or plant permanently, and that's exactly where container privacy becomes powerful. For renters, shared properties, or anyone who prefers flexibility, potted plants offer a way to create privacy without permission, construction, or long-term commitment. This approach fits perfectly with small space living and modern lifestyles that change over time. Container privacy works because it's modular. You can place pots where privacy is needed most, along a patio edge, beside a seating area, or in front of a window that feels too exposed. If your routine shifts or the light changes, the layout can change with it. This sense of control is especially valuable for people who enjoy organizing and adapting their space as life evolves. In compact yards and balconies, containers also help define boundaries without crowding the ground. Tall plants in sturdy pots create vertical presence while keeping the footprint minimal. When grouped closely, they form a green screen that feels intentional and designed, not temporary. For viewers who care about decor, pot choice becomes part of the aesthetic, texture, color, and scale all contribute to the overall look. Another advantage is accessibility. Containers allow you to work with soil mixes, natural materials, and simple tools, no heavy equipment required. Maintenance stays manageable, and plants can be replaced or refreshed without disturbing the entire setup. Container privacy turns limitations into freedom. It allows small spaces to feel protected, styled, and personal, all while staying flexible enough to move with you. 9. Creating a tropical feel without a tropical climate. A tropical atmosphere in a small backyard is not about geography. It's about form, density, and grouping. Many people assume tropical privacy only works in hot climates, but in reality, the feeling comes from how plants are arranged, not where you live. This makes the tropical look accessible even in compact urban yards or cooler regions. What defines a tropical feel is visual fullness. Large or elongated leaves, layered heights, and tight groupings create the impression of abundance. When plants overlap slightly and fill vertical and horizontal space, the eye reads the area as lush and secluded. This is especially effective for small spaces where you want privacy to feel immersive rather than forced. For people who enjoy decor and mood setting, tropical-style planting offers emotional escape. Dense greenery softens hard lines and replaces exposed views with texture and depth, even when the yard is small. This approach creates the sensation of being surrounded, which enhances both privacy and comfort. The key is restraint. Tropical feeling does not mean overcrowding. Plants should be grouped intentionally, with taller forms toward the back and fuller mid-height plants closer to where you sit or work. This layering keeps airflow and light balanced while maintaining visual coverage. By focusing on shape, density, and placement rather than climate-specific species, you can create a tropical sense of privacy that feels calm and enveloping. The space becomes less about size and more about atmosphere. 10. Water as invisible privacy. Privacy isn't only something you see, it's something you hear. In small backyards and compact living spaces, sound often travels more freely than sight. Traffic, neighbors, conversations, or everyday noise can make a space feel exposed even when visual privacy exists. This is where water becomes a powerful, often overlooked layer of privacy. A water feature doesn't block views, yet it changes how the space feels instantly. The sound of moving water draws attention inward, away from surroundings. It masks unwanted noise and creates a sense of separation without adding visual weight. For people who work from home, read outdoors, or simply want a calm place to unwind, this makes a significant difference. In small spaces, water works best when it's subtle. Compact fountains, wall-mounted water features, or small recirculating elements fit easily without overwhelming the layout. They act as a background presence, always working, never demanding attention. This aligns well with small space design, where every element must earn its place. Water also enhances the effect of plants. When paired with greenery, the space feels layered and complete. Leaves move gently, water flows softly, and the environment becomes immersive rather than exposed. This combination helps the backyard feel private, even if physical boundaries remain close. By adding sound as a design element, privacy becomes multidimensional. The space feels quieter, calmer, and more personal, without needing another wall or screen. 11. Small backyard zoning. For maximum comfort in a small backyard, trying to make the entire space private often leads to frustration. There simply isn't enough room to block every angle without making the area feel cramped. That's why zoning is such an effective strategy. Instead of treating the yard as one open area, zoning allows you to design privacy only where it's actually needed. Zoning means identifying how you use the space. Where do you sit most often? Where do you work, read, or relax? These are the areas that benefit from protection. A single chair, a small table, or a work-from-home corner doesn't need the whole yard to be enclosed. It only needs a sense of separation around it. This targeted approach keeps the rest of the space open and breathable. Plants are ideal tools for zoning because they guide movement and attention without building walls. A cluster of tall plants can define a seating zone. A row of greenery can gently separate a working area from the rest of the yard. These visual cues tell your body where to settle without closing the space off entirely. For people who enjoy organizing and styling small spaces, zoning also brings clarity. Each area has a purpose, and nothing feels random. The backyard starts to function like an outdoor room rather than leftover space. By focusing privacy where it matters most, zoning maximizes comfort while preserving openness. It's a practical way to make small backyards feel intentional, calm, and surprisingly spacious. 12. Maintenance reality check. Keeping privacy without burnout. One of the biggest concerns people have when designing privacy with plants is maintenance. And it's a valid concern, especially if you're balancing work, family, or long hours at a home office. A small backyard should not become another source of pressure. Privacy only works when it's sustainable. The key is choosing systems that support your lifestyle, not fight it. In small spaces, fewer plant types with predictable growth habits are easier to manage than a crowded mix. Consistency reduces decision fatigue and keeps the space visually calm. When plants grow at similar speeds and need similar care, maintenance becomes routine instead of overwhelming. Design also plays a role in reducing effort. Vertical gardens with proper structure, container groupings with enough spacing, and layered planting done correctly all age gracefully. They improve over time rather than falling apart. This is important for people who enjoy organized, intentional spaces. You want your backyard to look better with time, not demand constant fixing. Another reality is access. Plants that are easy to reach are easier to care for. In small yards, this is an advantage. Watering, trimming, and cleaning take minutes instead of hours. That keeps the relationship with your space positive, not exhausting. Privacy should bring comfort, not obligation. When you design with maintenance in mind, your backyard stays lush, private, and enjoyable, without asking for more energy than you can give. Blending indoor and outdoor thinking. The most successful small backyard designs happen when you stop treating the outdoors as a separate project and start designing it the way you design your interior. In compact homes, indoor and outdoor spaces influence each other constantly. A backyard sits just beyond your bedroom, bathroom, or home office window, and what you see there affects how those rooms feel. When outdoor privacy is designed with indoor thinking, everything becomes more cohesive. The greenery outside acts like a living backdrop, similar to a feature wall or soft curtain indoors. It frames views, filters light, and creates visual calm. For people who care about decor and atmosphere, this connection matters more than size. This approach also helps with decision-making. Instead of asking what looks impressive outside, you ask what supports daily life inside. A vertical green wall outside a home office window reduces distraction. Layered plants outside a bedroom soften morning light. A planted zone near a bathroom window provides privacy without blocking airflow. Each choice serves a real purpose. Materials and tones play a role as well. Natural textures outdoors, leaves, grasses, wood elements, echo the materials many people already love inside their homes. This continuity makes small spaces feel larger and more intentional, not divided. By designing the backyard as an extension of the interior, privacy becomes seamless. The boundary between inside and outside fades, and both spaces begin to work together, creating comfort, focus, and a sense of retreat throughout the home. Conclusion: calm, privacy, and a backyard that grows with you when you step back and look at everything we've explored. One idea becomes clear. Creating privacy in a small backyard was never about hiding or building walls. It was about designing comfort, using plants, sound, layering, an intention to shape how a space feels, not just how it looks. If you live in a compact home, work from home, decorate small rooms, or enjoy shaping your space with simple, natural materials, this approach gives you freedom. Freedom to start small. Freedom to adjust over time. Freedom to build a backyard that supports rest, focus, and quiet moments, even when space is limited and neighbors are close. A lush, private backyard doesn't happen all at once. It grows the same way confidence in design grows, layer by layer. One wall softened, one corner protected, one seating area that finally feels like yours. And over time, that small outdoor space stops feeling exposed and starts feeling like a retreat. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which idea spoke to you the most? Vertical greenery, layered planting, containers, or using sound and zoning to create calm? Share your thoughts, questions, or even challenges in the comments. This community grows stronger when we learn from each other. If you enjoyed this kind of thoughtful, realistic small space inspiration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Dream Room for more ideas on decorating, organizing, and transforming small spaces into places that truly feel like home.